So while, yes, you can find an OG flip phone, some of the relics on eBay, we're seeing
Flip phones are hot right now.
Flip phone.
The cell phone industry has been ever-changing since the advent of the 21st century. In 2023, it is yet again going through a very significant transformation that is going to blow the minds of humans. Keep watching this video to know more about what is happening to the cell phone market around the globe. In recent years, there has been a considerable change in the mobile sector. The sector has experienced a wide range of changes and advances due to improving technology and changing consumer tastes. The introduction of smartphones has fundamentally altered and changed the mobile industry. These tools have completely changed how people interact, work, and obtain information. For millions of people worldwide, smartphones have become a necessary component of daily life due to their multifunctionality and cutting-edge capabilities. Hope you viewers remember the advent of BlackBerry phones that specified a modern era of innovation. The shares of BlackBerry that stood at $150 are now valued at just $5. Thus, the BlackBerry era surely did come to a drastic end in January 2022. Since the invention of smartphones, the statistics state that almost 85% of Americans now own one, and that number has increased annually and keeps increasing potentially. There was another era when every cell phone would be marked with the Made in China mark. It still appears frequently on everything. China rules the market for everything from apparel to gadgets. But what is interesting is that, although that is the truth today, it has not always been the same. Do you want to know an interesting fact? Prior to 2010, China overtook the United States as the world's top manufacturer. Since then, China has had tremendous development, increasing its manufacturing output from 3.5% in 1990 to 30.5% in 2021. With 16.8% of the world's industrial output, the United States is now ranked second to China. However, the COVID-19 outbreak exposed problems within the supply chain, but the movement to bring production back to America gained momentum. So currently, the process of putting a Made in America stamp on goods manufacturing in America is being revived. Tech companies are not making the same effort to create new facilities around the United States as some businesses are, such as the semiconductor industry and the battery market. As history goes, long before smartphones ever existed, the US had a long history of producing technology. The idea of American industry as a whole was quite strong. The United States sector fundamentally gave up manufacturing in the 1960s and 1970s, and during that period, Japan developed. The estimates currently suggest that over the next 5 or so years, the feature phone industry is to shrink by roughly 10% globally, primarily due to developing countries switching to smartphones. And since the ownership of smartphones among people 65 and above increased by 48% between 2012 and 2021, older generations who refuse to use them may be fading out. The cell phone market has been emerging with growing demands for every aspect or features of the modern phones. The growing demand for larger screens is one of the major trends in the mobile industry. Customers are looking for devices with larger screens as they use their smartphones for a variety of activities, including viewing movies, playing games, and browsing the internet. Due to this, smartphones with larger displays have been developed, including phablets, which combine the features of both a smartphone and a tablet. The move in the mobile industry towards a more environmentally friendly and sustainable strategy is another key change that is quintessential as well. Manufacturers of cell phones are now concentrating on creating products that are recyclable and constructed from sustainable materials, in response to growing concerns about electronic waste and environmental effect. A greater focus on energy efficiency is also seen in the development of smartphones with longer battery lives and reduced power consumption. The increasing acceptance of mobile payments is also influencing the mobile market. Smartphones are playing a crucial role in the payment ecosystem, as more individuals adopt digital wallets and contactless payments. Users can conduct transactions quickly and securely via mobile payment apps, doing away with the need for traditional wallets and currency. It is anticipated that this trend will continue to expand as more people and organizations use mobile payment options. In addition, the introduction of 5G technology is anticipated to revolutionize the mobile industry in the ensuing years. Greater network capacity, much higher data rates, and lower latency are all promises of 5G, opening up new possibilities for mobile technology. On their smartphones, customers will be able to enjoy real-time gaming, augmented reality, and seamless streaming thanks to 5G. The development of new applications and services that were previously impractical will also be facilitated by this technology. Along with these developments, the smartphone market is seeing a transition towards less expensive smartphone options. Smartphone makers are aiming their products at consumers who are price conscious as the industry becomes saturated and competition heats up. With a plethora of options to choose from, the market stays dynamic with the introduction of innovations every day into the industry. These cost-effective smartphones provide basic functions and meet the demands of customers who value cost efficiency above high-end features. Specialized smartphones have become more prevalent on the mobile market as a result of the growing digitalization of many different industries. These gadgets are made to meet certain user requirements. Examples include robust smartphones for outdoor lovers, gaming smartphones for die-hard gamers, and camera-focused smartphones for fans of photography. Manufacturers are able to target certain consumers and offer specialized solutions thanks to the market segmentation. Personalization and customization are predicted to increase in importance as the mobile industry develops. Users are looking for products more and more often that can be customized to fit their unique interests and lifestyles. Interfaces, themes, and even hardware changes are all examples of this. What occurred in the cell phone market in 2019 was both successes and setbacks. It was a period in which manufacturers globally experienced a nearly constant reduction in global sales, but it also saw the debut of advanced new features like foldable screens and the much-expected 5G technology. These early drafts are laying a strong foundation and setting the course for smartphone technology in 2020, even if they are far from finished. The appearance and feel of mobile phones is one of the most obvious developments in recent times. They have changed from their original candy bar appearance to the recognizable flip phone, which had a long history of being quite popular. The slide phone eventually replaced it due to its cutting-edge design and practical functionality. The most common type of smartphone in use today, the touchscreen phone, came next. Of course, communication was the primary reason that cell phones and telephones were developed in the first place. In the past, phones just had one function. They allowed users to place calls. Phones currently enable users to do considerably more, including sending and receiving text messages and emails, taking photos and videos, accessing the internet, listening to music, and playing games, among other activities. This is due to the development of networks, technology, and social requirements. Not to mention artificial intelligence or AI technology, which is slowly but surely making its way into smartphones and enabling features like Alexa, add cornflakes and tomatoes to my shopping list. What do you think was the most striking innovation of the cell phone era? One of the most striking improvements to current cell phones is the camera feature. Most smartphones at first only have a single rear-facing camera for taking pictures. The smartphone camera then reached its prime when it turned to face the user and added features like video, high definition, night mode, and anti-shake technology. The photography capability on modern smartphone is the most useful addition thanks to all these functions put together. The most interesting trend in this regard that has been emerging suddenly is the dumb phone trend. A growing number of young individuals in Western nations are using dumb phones. So what is there to this dumb phone trend, and do you think it could rival the enormous smartphone market? The majority of buyers essentially choose between two options in the dumb phone industry. One is a traditional flip or slide phone, such as a Motorola or Nokia, which was popular in the early to mid-2000s. Two are a contemporary minimalist phone from a company like Light or Punkt, whose products are kind of dumb on purpose. From having basic practicalities to now holding most of our private information, the cell phone has evolved over decades and now has become a quintessential necessity of humans. Technical improvements and shifting consumer demands are driving a huge revolution in the mobile sector. The industry is continuously changing, from the popularity of smartphones and larger screens to the focus on sustainability and mobile payments. The future of the mobile market is anticipated to be defined by innovation, customization, and convenience, with the introduction of 5G technology and the rising need for affordable and specialized handsets. With that, we come to the end of this video. Comment below your thoughts on the cell phone market and let us know your suggestions as well. While you're at it, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click thumbs up on this video. Push your notifications to not miss out on our content. Until next time, stay crazy, stay woke.